Yo, what's good? It's a boy Dude Reviews and heavy spoilers for My Hero Academia Season 7 Episode 4, You Have Been Warned. The episode starts off where it ended off last week with Midoriya trying to reach out to Aoyama, and I really love how despite this guy betraying the UA facility, all of his friends still want to believe in him. Aizawa then comes up with a plan, and according to Aizawa and the rest of the staff, the plan all depends on Aoyama. As he's being taken away, I can't help but feel bad for the guy. The way his face is drawn in both manga and anime shows us that this is not how he wanted things to be, but the poor guy had no choice. The class then make a vow to take down the League of Villains, and you have this beautifully drawn panel of the Class 1A students. I do like how they drew Deku inside of the panel as well compared to the manga. I love how the class have this determined look to take down the League, but frustrated with All For One using one of their students. But all of that tension is cut with a very generic anime fan service moment. Midoriya and Ida both confront Hatsume and request to upgrade their equipment and outfits. And my gosh, this entire facility has completely changed from how it was back in the day. I love how this entire scene shows us how that despite these guys not having the physical abilities to go out, charge and fight the villains head on, they use what they can and what they know to assist the UA students to go out and take down the villains. But mate, did Hatsume had to do that to Ida and Midoriya? It looked pretty painful. I noticed how Mina was the only student to have some doubt on whether or not Aoyama will take their hand. In episode 3 of season 7, when they all found out that Aoyama was the traitor, she was the only student besides Deku who was pretty devastated by this reveal. So I wonder if she still has doubts about Aoyama. I do appreciate how Mount Lady acknowledges both Shoto and Bakugo as the two students who would also assist Midoriya in leading their entire class on this new mission, showing us how this isn't the Midoriya show. Deku isn't the only strong fighter in this group, which is something I like about My Hero Academia. Midoriya may be the protagonist, but the My Hero Academia world doesn't just revolve around him. I like how not just Hatsume and her fellow team of mechanics, but also Ragdoll, who once had a quirk that was stolen, also wants to help and assist in the fight against the League of Villains. Despite knowing that this is quite dangerous, she's still a hero and wants to do what she can do. And speaking about quirkless people, I do love how All Might, despite no longer having his quirk and no powers whatsoever, is still able to lead this entire team and is able to come up with some battle strategies. I mean, in the manga, All Might is the best drawn character in this entire scene. I do love how Horikoshi is still including All Might in this main plot. But now we come to my favorite part of the episode, the talk between Aizawa sensei and Aoyama. This dude is able to come up with this theory that Aoyama may not have a bomb planted inside him like Lady Nagant, but All For One may have planted a seed of fear in him and his parents. I really like this scene. Aoyama admitting that he doesn't believe in himself, unlike how his classmates view him, and worries that he may end up betraying them again because of that fear that All For One planted inside his heart. I love how realistic and honest this entire scene is, and it's quite true to reality. Even though his friends may believe in him, does he believe in himself? He hates himself so much for betraying his classmates that he even feels like death is a better option than to keep moving forward, which is a pretty dark yet realistic topic for My Hero Academia to be tackling. But Aizawa sensei, being the Chad he is, doesn't want Aoyama to go through this alone. He's got the staff at UA and his friends, with a brief flashback of him reminiscing on his friends and what happened to one of his buddies. I do love how the saturation increases a little bit and Aoyama's face starts to glow a bit after his sensei said all of this. I love the design of Aoyama even before this when he's so gloomy and depressed. The animators did a good job at adapting the beautifully drawn manga panels by Horikoshi and enhancing it with color and shading. But that is how the episode comes to an end. Overall, this episode was pretty well written once again. This episode marks the start of me being an anime only. What's going to happen in the future of My Hero, I have no idea, but I'm pretty hyped and excited. I will give this episode an 8 out of 10. I'll give it a B+. What did you think of the episode? Tell me. Like for more My Hero Academia videos as well as other anime videos and all that jazz. But thank you for watching, and as always, a boy dude review signing out.